Hey guys, welcome again to another Loomian Legacy Sweep. I'm Mr. Lucky Luke, and today's one, we got ourselves a Grimyuline Sweep number 2. So, we got ourselves another Grimyuline Sweep, which, it's a little surprising, considering this one is, something I wasn't expecting to try again, but I decided I wanted to try it out because I wanted to see how much different it is with compared to his old moves, because originally, it had a little bit of a bad moveset, but I decided I wanted to try a little bit of a newer one, let's just say that. And I wanted to see how much difference this Grimyuline Sweep is compared to the old Grimyuline Sweep, which I did a year ago, the old one was a January 2nd, 2025, and this is going to be the Grimyuline Sweep on January the 3rd, so this one is a day older than the previous Grimyuline Sweep, but it's still something I wanted to, see how much different it is compared to the old one. Now, I'm also going to be using not this one. This is not the Grimyuline Sweep. It is going to be the, let's see here, where is it at? It's the Burning Yule, the Burning Yule Event Skin Grimyuline Sweep. Which is, compared to the other one, this one looks a little bit more intimidating, not gonna lie. And its model looks not bad. It does actually look cool, so that's cool. And I wanted to see if I can get my hands on a Grimyuline Sweep again, but this time we're gonna try a better new moveset. Now it gets some pretty interesting stats, not that bad. It has 107 for melee attack, 110 for melee defense, 98 for speed, 101 health, 78 for energy, 97 for range defense, and 84 for range attack. So it's more of a melee attacker. So I wanted to obviously make use out of a melee attacking set, since obviously its range attack set is really something, you can tell. It does actually have at least a surprisingly valuable amount of moveset you can choose out of its range attacking set. So you could use a range attacking set, but you're gonna hopefully pray those bequeath Loomians you're gonna be using is gonna be able to withstand to bequeath to the Grimyuline in order to do a range attacking set. But no, we're going to be doing a Grimyuline Sweep using a kind of similar to the older one, but it's a little bit different. So, the last one was not that really virtually a sweeping Grimyuline, not exactly, but still is an okay set, like it's an okay Grimyuline, let's just say that. But let's see how different this one is compared to the other one. So, without further ado, that is pretty much it, and let's jump into the first battle here, and hope you all are going to enjoy the first Grimyuline Sweep, let's just say that. Alright, so let's jump into the first battle here, and let's find out how powerful this Grimyuline even is. So, Grimyuline as a roaming, it still hasn't really got too much buffs recently. It got at least a few moves that got a little buffed, let's just say that. But that's pretty much it, so I still want to see how good Grimyuline even is as a sweeper, so I wanted to see if this thing is even useful in Loomian battles and stuff. So yeah, so I went from pretty much gonna go for my similar set. All I really need is a swap of some sort, and I wanted to go for the Ice Cold Trap. I knew this thing is gonna have a one-shot move. It's gonna go for Psycho Blast. I think that was the move, the Psy Blast. And I'm pretty much gonna go down. The next one's gonna go for Important, and this is where I was not expected, because normally I would expect a range attacking move or something, but it's going to use Meteor Crash, which is a little bit of an unexpected. So that's going to suck because I won't be able to use my tribute. So all I really could do now is swap it into my Grimyuline and find out if we can manage to get a Grimyuline Sweep. Well, let's find out if we can. All right, enjoy. Okay, so let's jump into the second battle there. Unfortunately, we did fail on the first battle there, but we did a pretty decent attempt there. We got 2 KOs, but unfortunately that player just played very well, and unfortunately he didn't bring anything that was weak against Vital Jab, so I couldn't get my heal, and I couldn't rest or wait for my turn, so I could have used my another slap down or Vital Jab, and ended up losing that battle. But anyways, that battle was a pretty nice attempt, and this time we're going to be showing you hopefully another attempted Grimyuline sweep, or an actual one, either way. So this player wanted to decide us to battle in a level 100 match, which I'm not really used to battle level 100 player or level 100 matches, so I had really no choice in this one, so I just had to go with it. So I'm pretty much gonna go for my get glow, just setting up a couple entry hazards, getting it to get zapped, light dash it, and then I'm gonna go for the static shock, just a little small damage, and then I'm gonna go down from Dark Surge, which totally mattered in this one. And I'm pretty much gonna go down. Next, I'm gonna go for my banana split and icicle trap combination. I decided I wanted to just start with the icicle trap in case, just in case to see if my Banoki can actually withstand any mind type moves, which totally is false. Now, unfortunately, not fortunate. What am I talking about? Unexpectedly, they decided to swap it out, which a Mind Loomian swap away from a Brawler Loomian. That makes no sense. But anyways, so they're gonna use Incinerate. That's gonna fail, and I'm pretty much gonna go for my Empire, and pretty much gonna go for the Tribute and swap it into my Grimyuline. Now, this battle was a really confusing battle, and I really wanted to just share with you all this battle because this was me just playing around. All right. Enjoy the Grimyuline sweep. Alright, so that second battle, we got that sweep, but I didn't feel satisfied, so we're gonna try it again and try this one on level 50. Now, I know a few people probably not gonna understand why I'm not just doing all these battles on level 100, and that's because I just prefer to do level 50. That's simply it. Also, it just makes it a little bit challenge to make use out of my moves and make use out of rest and weight more often. Because I mean, like, just using a level 100, it wouldn't make this sweep even like the level 100 makes the sweeps just too easy for me. So I personally just like to do these level 50 sweeps only in my channel. So if you like to do on level 100 sweeps, you can do it on your channel or watch someone else do it at level 100 on their channel. But for me, I personally just gonna do my way. But anyways, so I'm pretty much gonna set up my Vinoki entry hazards. However, the opponent had a land torch, and I know exactly it's gonna use burn up and remove my entry hazards. So it's gonna suck because I was prepared to do I was preparing to use my banana splits for at least this land torch, but unfortunately failed. So I gladly had my Geklo to put a tase on it, or I'm sorry, the zap. I tased on the land torch and give it a little zap to the effect. Now they're gonna swap into Halventic, and I know exactly it's gonna get an attack buff from aggressive after taking my Geklo down. And the only thing I can do now is just go for a tribute on my Empire and see if my Grimyuline can able to sweep his entire team. So hope you all are gonna enjoy this one. This took me a little bit of a time, but eventually I got it. Enjoy. Alright, so let's take a look at the Grimyuline's moveset, and that was a pretty interesting last battle there. Like, they were actually using a pretty good a strategy, or a little bit of a plan going on, using the Terrifying and Barrier block as a combination. In the end, I still able to, I was too bulky enough to, I could easily wall them, like, even with Thorn Slam, or the signature move for Sea Drake. Even increasing his attack, it wouldn't really do much anyways, because I already had like +5 on bulk up, so it would have done nothing. And yeah, the only thing it could have done is just take itself down with my Sharp Edges ability. Which I got a KO with that, so that's cool. Besides that, those are pretty nice battles, and let's take a look at the Grimyuline moveset and talk about what exactly happened. Now, compared to the old one, this one is a little differently. Now, it has a little similar moveset and a little Ever Valleys and all that stuff, a little similar, but I only changed a few things, and that's it. This one was a clumsy nimble set with Health Amulet as the item. The moves given was Vital Jab, Slap Down, Bulk Up, and I Will. The last Grimyuline I used was a Slumber one with replacing I Will, because I really didn't know what possible ways you could use on the Grimyuline, because they really have much great moveset back then. So I ended up just running Slumber for no reason at all. Then the Upper Valleys I ran with Max Attack, Max Speed, 94 for health, and 6 for energy. Balancing up a little bit like that, just a little bit. Just give it a max attack because you need those attack. Then I give it a speed. Normally I don't really usually go with speed on something that's not very fast, but it's still pretty decently fast. Like with only on like 98, it's almost as 100, so it's likely the best option to run speed on it. Then it has some pretty okay defense, so I didn't really 100% need the bulk on or TPs on its melee attack or melee defense. So I ended up just running health instead. Then I gave it 6 on energy for just a little bit of just to give it on the Grimyuline. We got Vital Jab as basically our Drain Punch in this game. Slap Down as our knockoff. Bulk Up for our only way to increase our melee attack and increasing our range. What am I talking about? Melee defense. Guys, what am I talking about now? You know what? That goes in the video. And I also have I Will, and in case I would get any status effect in the middle of the battle. Now we need to talk about some of those 3 battles. The first one we got a fail. We got a pretty decently good attempt, but not the best one we could have gotten. Then the second battle, where I just basically was trying to toy with them. First, we need to, like, there was a few moments, first of all, like, I was just trying to get a sweep. The first moment that was a little bit unexpected was that Tank Monogon living on 1 HP with a 4+, I think I had, on Slapdown. And it was super effective, and it still lived on 1 HP, so, or maybe 2, I think it was 1, I could be wrong. And that was pretty nuts. Then they had a Halventic, and that thing, I think this was the name, right? Was it the name? Halventic, right? Was it the name? Let me just make sure. Halventic, yeah, the Halventic. This thing had Stun, Static Shock, and very interesting moveset, let's just say. It said Stuns, Static Shock, and a very nice Thunder Jump, I think it used. So, while I used Stun, I was like, wait, if I go for Bulk Up, I can get another plus attack and defense. While it paralyzes me, I can boost my I Will in the next turn while I'm getting paralyzed, which I was originally going to plan to use in this sweep. But it failed because they decided to use Static Shock instead, so that backfired. But we still got a pretty nice attempt. We got a pretty good sweep on it, and that was pretty much it. The third battle, let's talk about that one actually. Now, it was a little annoying with that Land Torch interrupting my sweep using Burn Up, but I'm not super mad about it. I mean, I figured what else? I mean, he had to have something on his team to cover his team. You know, at least something that can remove entry hazards. I mean, I could possibly have like poison bobs, regular bobs, or anything like any entry hazard. I could have tossed in all of it, and he would have been probably screwed. So I mean, I guess he had to have something to balance his team up. And then he had his two combination with a terrifying Serenite and a Sea Drake. He did a pretty good attempt to use those two. If he had Sap Plant and Barrier Block, that could have actually used a pretty decent combination, because he could use Terrifying, Serenite, bump back and forward, Sap Plant my Grimyuline, and then he could have drained my Grimyuline over and over again. Although, unfortunately, I was a bit too fast, just too much faster than any of his Loomians. So, regardless if he outsped me or not, my Grimyuline would have easily outbulked those moves, because Serenite didn't have much really to hit me. I mean, it could have probably used any like fire type moves, but I had Vital Jab, so he didn't want to let me get those heals. And certainly didn't want to get slapped down from the, or from my Grimyuline and get probably KO from a Serenite just getting down. Either way, he did a pretty nice attempt at defending himself, but in the end, I did get the victorious. And that is pretty much it. So, hope you all enjoyed the Grimyuline sweep, and that is pretty much it. I have actually a playlist of if you want to see some other my Loomian sweeps, and if you want to check out my only Grimyuline sweep, which actually, you know what, let's see it here. Let's take a look here. I think I have it on my party, if they're thinking. Yeah, this is one right here. So this Grimyuline was my original old one, the one I had on the 1st December. It got caught on December the 31st. And this one had the similarity set, kind of. It had Vital Jab, Bulk Up, Slap Down, and Slumber. The other moves I had was Max Attack, 110 for melee defense, 100 for energy, and 70 on speed. I guess I didn't know exactly how perfect Grimyuline should be, so I just ran this way. I mean, technically it's not too bad of a stats. I guess I ran this one as more of a tanky Grimyuline set. I guess that was why I ran this way. I don't think there's any difference. I mean, it's pretty okay. You can choose whether if you want to run like a bulky set, or if you want to run more of a speedy set. Totally up to you. It is your Grimyuline, so you get to choose whatever you want to run into this thing. So yeah. But anyways, that is pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching today's Grimyuline sweep. And if you also have any recommendation, if you want me to sweep next, let me know in the comments below. And I shall try my best to sweep a certain Loomian, maybe your fan favorite Loomian. And maybe I'll try it. Either way, that is pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I'm Mr. Lucky Luke. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And stay lucky out there. Also, one more thing about this. Speaking of this, I might as well explain to y'all. Yesterday was a little weird because the game actually got deleted for no reason. So if anyone wants to info me, or at least info just in case if you want to, if you want to info some detail what's been happening on the game, why they got deleted before, feel free to ask anything in the comments and explain to pretty much me if you want to. We appreciate it, because I'm still a little curious why the game got deleted, and then we got back to the game. So it'll be nice to at least learn about something that, well, whatever happened, it kind of happened, but maybe it was just a mistake. I don't know. It's just my curiosity. Just want to kick in and just want to see what's going on. But anyways, that's it. Take care, boys and girls, and stay lucky out there. As Grimyuline keeps standing, I think it's a little bug or something in this game, because I've been seeing this Grimyuline keep standing still for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's something, an animation glitch or something. Anyways, all right, that's it. Take care, boys, and bye-bye.